What's up, everybody? Dwayne here again, right back at you with another review. What are we talking about tonight? We're going to be talking about the OBS T-vct tank, the newer version, newest version, or version 2, if you will. But in particular, we're also going to be talking about the RBA base for the T-vct tank that was recently released. This is going to be the star of the show here tonight, but we will touch on the tank as well. I'm not going to get into too much detail on the tank just because it's been reviewed plenty of times, and there really hasn't been any major changes to the original tank, other than some of the logo, the etching on the tank itself, which is actually really, really sharp. You can see here this alien etched in there to the tank, which is, like I said, really nice looking. And then you have OBS on the other side. But other than that, it's essentially the same tank. So again, I won't get into too much detail on that, but we're going to talk a good amount about the RBA base. Take a quick rip here first. And I'm going to do my best to actually look at the lens tonight. All right? I'm going to try my best to do that. Let me know how I do, because I've been failing miserably at that here lately. So I apologize for that. I will do better. But let's talk about this VCT tank by OBS. I'm not going to get up close as far as the tank itself, just because most people have probably seen reviews for this already. So we'll do a real quick unboxing in this format here. So here's the case. I will touch on a few of these points here. Not sure if you can even read them, but let's get rolling. Do have a user manual. Decent manual, not too shabby. You can understand what they're trying to tell us here. And this was sent to me by Bruce with OBS. Great guy, very pleasant person, and these were sent for review by Bruce. So thank you, Bruce, if you're watching. Here's the tank itself. Real nice looking, different than most sub-ohm tanks. I like that window type of look with this device. So there's plenty of metal, which I do like, but not quite. It's not like a Delta 2 where you can barely see your liquid. I think it's kind of perfect. And as far as looks go, I would say this is one of the best tanks in the market. Just in my personal opinion. But that's it. Now, the key feature, or one of the key feature for me, other than the looks, is the fact that this is a top fill tank. This was one of the first, if not the first, I'm not sure, don't quote me, but this is certainly one of the first top fill sub-ohm tanks that was released, as far as I know, which was, I don't know, maybe a couple months ago. But this is where you fill your tank. Not here. Not here, folks. Right there. And I'll show you how you do that in a little bit. But that's it right there. Very simple. Very efficient. I love it. Why it took so long for us to for these to be designed a top fill type of tank, I'm not sure, because it seems pretty simple. But, whatever. It is what it is. We have it now. Take the base off. Take the coil out that I just dropped. Here's your base without the coil. Good size airflow holes. on both sides. So airflow is not an issue here. Huge pin there on the bottom. And, you know, that's really it. Removable drip tip. 2 O-rings, which is nice. Helps keep it in place. It doesn't wiggle at all. It's in there nice and snug, which is good. Now there are 2 coils that come with this tank. There's a 0.5 and a 0.2, which is kind of the standard now. The 0.5, I believe they recommend 10 to 30 or 35 watts, and the 0.2 coil, they recommend 10 to 50 watts, I believe it is. So, well, I have another coil here. The coil that I dropped was the 0.5 coil. So I'll show you the 0.2. 0.25 rather, I'm sorry. So here's your coil. This is a dual coil. Plenty of airflow here. You can see this is a different type of design. So this is not a coil that's going to be compatible. You know, this isn't a tank that's going to be compatible with a, you know, with your Atlantis coil or your Kanger coils. From what I can tell, this is a pretty, you know, this coil is going to work on the VCT tank and the VCT tank only, to my knowledge. I'm not sure if there's another one out there that that would work with the VCT. Decent sized wicking holes. I believe there's 4 of them. Yes, 4 of them. So not bad at all. Let me take another rip here. More. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the RBA base. First off, you have your user manual, as usual. Very step-by-step instructions, picture instructions, which is nice. Keeping it simple. All right. Now, you also have a screwdriver, flathead screwdriver. You have the sleeve, I guess we'll call it, or the shield that essentially clips in to the RBA base itself. See how close I can get this in here for everybody to see. It is rather small, but that's kind of the case with most sub-ohm tank rebuildable platforms. You know, there just really isn't all that much room. So this is it here. Nice airflow. The single coil base. And then, as mentioned, your shield here, or your sleeve, just clips on or presses on to the base. There is a little notch in this shield here. I'm not sure if you can see it. Right at the edge there. Little notch. And then there's a little nub on the base. Again, I'm not sure if you can see it. but it's on there. And you find that notch, it just clips right in, just pops right in. Not sure if maybe you can hear that. Boop. Bam, we're in. 2 wick holes on each side. So there you have it. Now, in addition to the screwdriver and the RBA base itself, comes with a little bag of cotton. Actually, a decent amount of cotton. This is a Japanese organic cotton. As well as a little bag of goodies here. Plenty of O-rings. You have some wire. And 2 pre-built coils. I'm sorry, as well as 2 extra screws for your RBA base, which is great because they are tiny, so chances are they will get lost. I'm surprised they haven't lost mine yet. But you have this as well. Now, the RBA base does not come with the tank itself. The RBA base is sold separately. So if you already have a VCT tank by OBS, then you're halfway there. You pick yourself up the RBA based kit. I believe they're anywhere from, I want to say 10 to 12 bucks, or right around there. And I will include a couple websites where you can purchase those in the old download box as usual. But again, I think they're right around 10, 12 bucks. Take another rip. So what do I think? This I have a point. Where am I at? 0.08 build in here. Oops. Or excuse me, 0.08 ohm nickel wire build in here, and I'm at 30 watts on my Heat Vape Invader Mini with the RBA base obviously installed here. Now, I'm not sure if you can see this, so maybe I should have done the old up close look, but this also has juice control, or juice control, where you can adjust. If you turn this dial here under the top cap, there's another little dial. You adjust that, which is kind of tough to do without adjusting everything or adjusting the top cap with it. But that adjusts your juice flow. There is a mechanism that is rotating as you turn this dial here, which will cover your wick holes. So that said, if you're using a high VG liquid, you want to open that as far as possible where you can expose all of your wick hole. Now, if you're using high PG liquid, you can close that off a little bit, as much as you want. So the ability to adjust your juice flow, I think, is fantastic. And I do notice a difference. I really do. You know, if you're experiencing dry hits, obviously you want to open it up, expose more. So yeah, I mean, I've certainly noticed a difference with the higher VG liquids. If I tighten that up, I'm not getting the flavor, and you get that borderline kind of dry hit where, you know, it's not necessarily dry, but you feel like the next one would be, and it very well probably would be. So, yeah. So I like it. I really do. I think the RBA idea was a great idea. It works well. Took me, I will say, it did take me 3 or 4 tries with that nickel build to get my ohms to where they needed to be, where this thing would fire up, because it needed a little. I'm using 30 gauge, or excuse me, 28. Is it 30 or 20? 28 gauge nickel wire. Yeah, it took me a while. It took me, again, like 4 tries to get that build right. Down to a point, reading at a .09, and I'm vaping at 500 degrees. But yeah, it was not easy. But I think I got it figured out now. So again, that RBA base is small, but it's to be expected. And it is a very nice RBA base. I think now that I've kind of figured it out, it's really not so bad. So we'll see. I feel it'll be a lot easier the next time I try to throw a build in there. So I do recommend it. I definitely recommend it. Whether you have the VCT tank yet or not, I certainly recommend the tank. Flavor's great. Vapor production's really good. Plenty of airflow. It looks really sweet, in my opinion. It's really, really fancy looking. One of the better tanks I've seen as far as looks go. And the fact that you have the top fill option is fantastic. It's super easy. You know what? Let's throw a little bit of juice in here real quick now. Not that I think you really need the demo, but why not? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close off the juice flow first. And let's fill this up. Just show you how easy it really is. You can see there's 2 holes here. Basically, pick any hole. You're gonna take your dripper bottle, stick the tip in the hole, and fill her up. That's really it. Oh. Well, my gasket fell off, and it fell into my e-juice bottle, so I will have to fish that out later. So there you go. Make sure you're careful. Where's my vapor towel? I don't know. I forgot my vapor towel. Well, I will have to fish out my little rubber gasket there. But great timing. But you see how easy it is to fill. Take another rip here. Should probably open up my airflow first as well. All right, let's try again. Oh yeah. So very easy to fill. Just be careful with that gasket. It might fall off and then end up in your e-liquid bottle. I'm just saying, might happen. It's happened before, apparently. So finally, just a couple quick pros, cons. Again, great flavor. Really does produce, these coils produce some really, really good flavor. The looks, the thing is really, really, really sharp looking. Very nice. And the fact that you have a top fill option, it's great. I mean, the top fill is very easy to fill. Literally takes a matter of seconds versus minutes when you have to unscrew everything, take your bottom, take the base off, fill from the bottom, all that stuff. Obviously, it just saves a lot of time. As far as cons go, I do love the fact that there's an RBA option now. But the fact that needs to be purchased separately, I'm not sure I really love that, because that turns a $30 VCT tank into, let's say, a $40 tank or $42 tank if you're going to, if you want to purchase the RBA base as well. So you can look at that as a pro and a con, I suppose. If you're not into rebuilding, then, you could just spend $30 versus if it's included with the package, and you're not going to rebuild, then you're spending an extra $12 you don't need to. So depending on how you look at it, but if you do like to rebuild, then certainly you're going to have to spend an extra $12, $10 to $12 for the RBA base itself. It is a very small base, very small. There's not a lot of real estate for rebuilding. So if you're newer to building, you just need to be patient because it's a little bit more difficult with such little amount of space to work with. And finally, there is no spare tank. I mean, this is not a full glass tank. This is one piece, so there is no spare tank. So if you happen to break it, you're gonna have to buy yourself an entire new device. But I guess it is what it is. But so other than that, really good device. I enjoy it. I definitely recommend it. And because I recommend it, I'm going to be doing a giveaway here very, very soon. I'll go ahead and announce that. You know what? Let's do it right now. Let's announce it right now. I'm going to be giving away the OBS tank as well as the RBA base. This giveaway will run until, we'll say next Thursday, a week from tomorrow. I will announce the winner, or we'll do a video, and we will pick the winner at that point. Whether that video will be up Thursday or not, I cannot promise you that. It'll be up Thursday or Friday, but I will accept all entries until that time. So same as usual, go ahead and you need to be a subscriber and pick a number between 1 and 500, and whoever's closest to that number, it's going to be the winner. If nobody picks that number, I'll pick whoever's closest to 500 that didn't go over 500. If 2 people happen to pick the same number, I will, you know what I'll do? I'll give one to both of you. How about that? If 2 people pick the same number, I will send out 2 VCT tanks with 2 RBA kits. How about that? Is that cool? Let's do it. So that's it. And you must be 18. And I hate to say it, but I'll say it again. You need to be in the U.S. For now, just for now, I'm only keeping my giveaways to within the United States. I have not had a chance to really explore shipping procedures and policies and costs and all that as far as shipping outside of the U.S. So I apologize. I truly do. Hopefully that will change here very soon, and I'll be able to just ship anywhere. But as for right now, I can't do that. Okay, everybody, again, I apologize. So that's it. I do appreciate everybody watching. And before I leave you, I just want to recommend, if you are not a member of myvaporium.net, I really do recommend you take a look, jump in, subscribe, become a member of myvaporium. It's a great social media site that's designed solely for vapors. And I will tell you, everybody that I've interacted with in myvaporium, I'm a new member myself, to be honest. I've only been with the group, I don't know, a few weeks or so, maybe a month, if that. And, I feel like I was greeted with open arms. Everybody's super nice. They're very kind. A lot of knowledge in the group. There's other reviewers. I believe there's some retailers that are in there, and just a lot of good people from all over the world. There really are. And I know somebody's mentioned it before, there's no drama, which is 100% true. Everybody gets along. You'd think everybody in there knew each other or has known each other for years. That's kind of how it is. So I do recommend it. If you're looking to just kind of chill, hang out, BS with other vapors from all over the world, seriously, check out My Vaporium. It's a great place, really is. So that's it. All right, everybody. Thanks again. I appreciate you watching. And if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do that. Got a lot more to do. I love this thing. I love this vaping thing. I love reviewing devices. I love educating people whenever I possibly can. One of my major goals here is to help people quit the stinkies. So again, that's all you're going to be seeing with me is vaping and enjoying it and sharing everything that I've learned, that I've seen, that I've tried. So have a great one, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.